20,000 homes for mentally ill Californians has been initially promised. I'm Michael Sparza with the full details coming up.
New, local, unique. MYTV53 News at 8 starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to the San Joaquin Valley's only 8 p.m. news. I'm Giovanna Casanova. First at 8, MYTV53's Marcus Esparza has the big story.
No Place Like Home units are set to house mentally ill Californians, happening soon. This spring, Californians are debating whether to propose a $6.4 billion bond that would build thousands of housing units and treatment beds for people who suffer from mental ill conditions. In the fall of 2018, California's voters were determined to make a dent in the state's rapidly escalating homelessness crisis. By a wide margin, they supported a ballot measure sold as No Place Like Home, which promised to use taxpayer money earmarked for mental health treatment to pay for a $2 billion housing bond. Voters who read the Yes campaign's description of the measure that November saw a bold promise: 20,000 new units of permanent supportive housing. What exactly has taken so long? The pandemic, which hit a little over a year after voters passed No Place Like Home, certainly didn't help. Another challenge faced is where to build the new housing units. You can find more about this on calmatters.org. Figuring out how to finance No Place Like Home units is a challenge within itself. I'm Michael Sparza reporting for MYTV53 News at 8.
Thanks, Marcus. A new state office charged with controlling the rising cost of healthcare in California is moving toward one of the most aggressive goals in the nation, aiming to cap cost increases to 3% a year. You might not notice right away if the Office of Healthcare Affordability commits to the tentative goal it released last month and takes steps to enforce it. But over time, experts say the cap on price increases could make a difference in how much Californians pay for healthcare. You can learn more about this story at calmatters.org. In honor of Black History Month, the County of Fresno are highlighting Linda Duchesne, Deputy Director of the Department of Social Services, who shares stories of local leaders who have inspired her.
I'm Kirk Haynes. I'm the Chief Probation Officer for Fresno County. I've been with the county for about 29 years. It'll be 30 years in August. And I happen to be the very first Black Chief Probation Officer for Fresno County. Black History Month, I think it's an important opportunity for us to celebrate the strides and the accomplishments that we've made, the contributions that we've made to the United States of America and its history, and not just the United States, but the world. I think about my heritage and the upbringing that I had. I think about my family. I think about even my grandmother, who brought all of her family out here from the state of Mississippi back in the 40s. She did that to try to make a better way for, her children. And, one of those being my dad. And so that legacy is really important for me when I think about what can I do to try to pass that down to my girls, who, in trying to make sure that they understand the sacrifice that was made, that they have been able to benefit from. My dad, Mac Haynes, he was a brick mason for about 50 years in the Fresno area. The perfect example of a man who worked hard all of his life. He had a high school education, but he wanted so much more for himself. He wanted his kids to live a life that was worthy of his sacrifice. And so he implanted so much of who I am and the work ethic that I have and the way that I try to treat people. I learned that from my dad. He has been such an inspiration to me. It's important that Black history be honored, be remembered, because if we don't do that, I think what we tend to do is that we forget about how far we have come. You think about slavery, we think about Jim Crow, and you think about George Floyd, all of these things that have happened, we don't forget about that history. We always have to keep that at the forefront of our minds so that we don't go back to those times. So that's why it's important for us to be able to recognize Black history, because it's our history and it's part of your history as well.
Turning to news across the country and globe now, here's Democracy Now!'s Amy Goodman.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. International pressures mounting against Israel's planned ground invasion of Rafah, which now hosts more than 1 million displaced Gazans who were once told the southern area was a safe zone. President Biden spoke Monday after meeting with Jordan's King Abdullah at the White House.
The King and I also discussed the situation in Rafah. As I said yesterday, our military operation in Rafah, the major military operation in Rafah, should not proceed without a credible plan for ensuring the safety and support of more than 1 million people sheltering there.
Biden quickly corrected himself after describing Israel's operation in Rafah as, quote, our operation. Biden also said his administration's working on a 6-week ceasefire in Gaza. CIA Director William Burns is in Cairo for more truce talks. Despite Biden's comments, he's refused to impose any conditions on billions of dollars the U.S. continues to send to Israel. This is National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby being questioned by a reporter. Voters in Long Island and a small section of Queens are casting ballots today to fill the open seat left by disgraced Republican Congressmember George Santos. The U.S. House voted to expel Santos in December over campaign finance violations and his many lies about his personal and work history. On the ballot is former Democratic Congressmember Tom Suozzi, who previously held the seat and is pitching himself as a centrist. The Republican candidate is Mazi Pilip, a Nassau County legislator who's actually a registered Democrat. She was born in Ethiopia and airlifted to Israel as part of Operation Solomon, where she fought in the Israeli military before moving to the U.S. Republicans control 219 seats in the U.S. House compared to 212 for Democrats. 4 House seats are currently vacant. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman in New York.
That was Amy Goodman with Democracy Now! Reporting. And finally, in your first few minutes of nonstop news at 8, a new poll says Americans are concerned over U.S. President Joe Biden's handling of the economy, despite the administration's touting of positive economic figures. The survey puts Biden's approval at 38% in January and predicts a tight race with challenger Donald Trump. Anita Powell reports.
This video, re-released Friday by the campaign of Republican candidate Nikki Haley.
Your thoughts on mental competency tests for our politicians?
I believe yes.
Her campaign said Biden lacks the mental capacity to effectively serve as president. Meanwhile, Jason Miller, senior advisor to the Trump campaign, said Biden's not going to be any sharper in November. And Trump's Political Action Committee called Biden not only senile, but putting national security at risk.
My memory is fine. Take a look at what I've done since I've become president.
The president has been on the defensive since pushing back Thursday night against reporters' questioning. At issue was a special counsel's report about his mishandling of classified documents. The report also cited his lapses in memory. As he spoke, Biden highlighted his efforts to secure aid for the people of Gaza, making this verbal slip about Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi.
As you know, initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in.
It's the third time Biden mixed up world leaders' names in recent weeks. Ahead of the November presidential election, his mistake strengthens the Republican narrative that he is unfit to lead and heightens Democrats' anxiety about his age, prompting pushback from the White House.
The president in the last 3 years has delivered on the economy, has delivered on health care, has turned this country around.
Biden's mental and physical fitness is scrutinized every time he commits a gaffe, stumbles, or falls off his bike. But while part of a president's job is performative, there's more to being a leader.
The work of governing is the work of management and of team building and of coalition formation. And there are no signs that somehow Biden has flagged on those fronts.
76% of voters say they have major or moderate concerns about Biden's mental and physical health, according to an NBC News poll released this week. Only 48% are concerned about Trump's. This despite his multiple flubs. Earlier this month, the former president mistakenly referred to his rival Nikki Haley as former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Patsy Widakuswara, VOA News, Washington.
We'll be right back with more news and your local weather forecast.
This is MyTV53 News.
Time to see what's happening in Kern County.
And we're kicking off 2024 by dedicating more resources to our local libraries. Anna Marie Odo has the story.
The Kern County Library is partnering with the City of Bakersfield to give residents greater access to literacy and education. The city and county have signed a 5-year, $2.78 million contract to expand the hours, days, and services at 4 libraries in the city of Bakersfield, including the Northeast, Wilson, Baker, and Holloway-Gonzalez branches. Now, these libraries are open Tuesday through Saturday for 7 hours each day. Our Director of Libraries, Andy Sullivan, has more on this exciting agreement.
The County Library Department is excited to be partnering with the City of Bakersfield in supporting 4 City Bakersfield libraries in our East and South communities. These communities desperately need more access to library services and resources and haven't had expanded hours in over 15 years. So this is historic in nature, and we're super excited to be able to bring it with the partnership with City of Bakersfield. And so we can't wait to see you all out there. Check us out and come by for a visit.
Also happening this month, more than $12 million in rehabilitation projects are underway at many of our library branches. We're so proud to bring these upgraded library services to our residents. For more information and to view your local library's operational hours, just visit kerncountylibrary.org.
And we're sharing some continued good news for our Kern County parks. Construction is underway at Heritage Park and Mojave East Park for beautification and enhancement projects. This is a result of Kern County being awarded 2 Clean California grants, which will help us add more amenities to these recreational spaces. When construction is completed between the 2 parks, residents can expect new restrooms, lights, walking paths, a skate park, improvements of amphitheaters, soccer fields, and basketball courts, as well as picnic pavilions and better parking lots. Our communities will be able to enjoy these finished upgrades as early as this summer. And we're ending today with a look at how you can keep things clean in the new year. Kern County Public Works is holding a series of household hazardous waste collection events throughout the month of February. You're encouraged to drop off anything that could be considered dangerous if lying around your home, such as cleaning products, pesticides, and other chemicals. As a reminder, hazardous waste can always be dropped off at Kern County's permanent special waste facilities located in Bakersfield, Mojave, and Ridgecrest. For more information about these events, please visit kernpublicworks.com. And that does it for us on this week's Around Kern County. If you have a story you'd like to share, please visit kerncounty.com and fill out our Submit a Story form. We'll see you right back here next week.
MyTV53 News continues with the Valley's local forecast.
Located in Zambia's mineral-rich copper-belt province, the Mingomba Copper Project is poised to become one of the biggest and highest-grade copper mines in the world. Cobalt Metals Africa CEO Mfikei Makai told VOA that the company and its partner Zambia Consolidated Copper Mines Investments Holdings have been working on the Mingomba project for the last 12 months using artificial intelligence to search for copper, cobalt, nickel, and lithium.
We have found something that's really great. It's larger than 5% copper, consistent, good quality ore body, and we're really excited for Zambia. We're excited for the region and the industry as well, because we now know that innovation is required in exploration for the future.
Investors in cobalt metals include Jeff Bezos, founder of online shopping giant Amazon, and Breakthrough Energy, a climate and technology fund established by Microsoft founder Bill Gates. U.S. Ambassador to Zambia, Michael Gonzalez, described the discovery as phenomenal, saying it will be one of Zambia's and the region's biggest copper deposits discovered in decades. He says the project has demonstrated how artificial intelligence has become invaluable in the discovery of minerals. Gonzalez adds that this is just the latest and biggest component of a long-term partnership between the United States and Zambia.
When you think of mining, you don't think of Silicon Valley. When you think of America, though, you often think about innovation, and this is where the Silicon Valley element comes into play, in that you have a company of data analysts who are looking at the data that's available about mining and mineral deposits in Zambia, crunching big data and using that to project where to explore.
President Hakainde Hichilema's chief communication aide, Clayson Hamasaka, said the discovery is in line with the president's vision for Zambia to increase copper production.
This is quite a huge development for Zambia, for the Zambian citizens, and for what we're envisaging as a country. Remember, when we came on the platform of increasing our mineral extraction to about 3 million tons in the next 10 years or so.
Experts say the rare discovery of a high-grade copper deposit will help in the global effort to secure the materials needed for the ongoing transition to cleaner sources of energy. Copper is in high demand due to its use in renewable energy and electric vehicles. Meanwhile, Cobalt CEO predicts the mine, when it becomes operational in about 7 years, will directly generate 15,000 jobs and indirectly generate an additional 5,000 jobs. That will be welcome news to the people of Zambia, the majority of whom live in poverty despite the country's rich mineral deposits. Kathy Short, VOA News, Lusaka, Zambia.
Finally tonight, we have a brand new local school spotlight.
Welcome to BCSD News. Here's a look at what's happening in the Bakersfield City School District. In a heartfelt tribute, Cato kicked off Black History Month with a series of inspiring events and educational initiatives.
It's important that we're doing it because so people who are African American and people who are non-African American can learn what Black culture is.
The campus is decorated with posters and the motivational words of inspirational Black leaders. From civil rights icons to trailblazing artists and scientists, the vibrant exhibit pays homage to the incredible contributions of Black individuals throughout history. Emerson students and their families rolled into an evening filled with laughter and joy at Skateland.
All the kids are just having so much fun. You know, they're just going out there and they're not being shy. It's good to see the kids having fun.
The family night was a fun opportunity for families to join together and bond. For many, it was their first experience on skates, adding an extra element of excitement to the event.
My favorite part about tonight is able to ride the skates with my friends and family. You know, sometimes you fall, but we're all having a good time, you know?
A cherished night for our Eagles, one they certainly won't forget.
Romeo and Juliet, two names that you will not forget.
The musical Shake It Up with Shakespeare hit the stage at Voorhees, a blend of rhyming script and some of Shakespeare's most famous quotes. The performance highlighted the iconic playwright's most famous plays, delighting students and their families.
Shake it up with Shakespeare, yeah! The golden stage of chocolate that every child reveres.
At the Education Center, the magical world of Willy Wonka unfolded as Owen students brought to life the beloved chocolate maker. From vibrant costumes to infectious melodies, the production transported the audience into the whimsical world of Willy Wonka and his chocolate factory.
And the world tastes good 'cause the candy man eats it.
Congratulations, Laura. Thank you so much.
The 28th Annual Teacher Job Fair brought more than 140 aspiring teachers to downtown school in hopes of starting their careers with BCSC. Candidates interviewed for opportunities in single subjects, multiple subjects, and special education.
Bakersfield City School District is an amazing place to work. We have multiple opportunities for our certificated staff. We are very proud of all the professional development that we can offer and resources that we can offer to our teachers. It is a great opportunity.
Okay, time for a final look at your weather. The sunshine continues and expect highs in some locations to hit the low 60s. So enjoy the sun after the rain. Thanks for watching. We will see you again tomorrow.